Hi everyone, I am Sudesh, soft skills trainer with the Humanities and Social Science Department. Today we are going to do a quick recap session on vocab building using root words and affixes. If you remember, we spoke about many techniques of enhancing or expanding our vocabulary. One of them was reading. Now, there is no substitute to everyday reading. If you read every day, no matter what it is definitely going to enhance your vocabulary. Second is using websites like vocabulary.com, which give you adaptive tests based on your performance on the last test so that you can pick up words gradually and you can remember them and use them whilst you're writing and speaking. You can also sign up to wordsmith.org where you can get one word a day in your mailbox. So when you get that one word, you know there is this one word you're supposed to focus on. You learn that, you understand what it means, you understand how it can be used in a sentence, and then you start to consciously use it. So these are one of, or rather two of the many techniques that you can use. And the third one, of course, is knowledge of root words and affixes. So let's talk about root words and affixes today. What is a root word? Root word is the main part of a word, and it is also called the base of a word, and it is there in a word to give it its meaning. So for instance, as you see here, the root word bio means life or living. And root words and words with root word bio in them, there are plenty of them. Two of them are given here on the screen for you. The first one is biology, meaning study of living beings. The second one is biography, meaning book about a person's life. There are many root words such as phone, phon. Now, phone means sound. So, whenever you see a word that has phon in it, you will be able to understand it's got something to do with sound. For example, euphony. If you know what phone means, you can tell that it has probably got something to do with the word sound. And which is right, euphony is a pleasant sound. Another word with phone is phonology, meaning study of sound. And the third word I can think of is cacophony, meaning an unpleasant or a harsh sound. So, so you see the beauty of root words. I mean, if you know the meaning of a root word, you can guess and learn so many other words related to that one root word. That is how you can use root words to your benefit to expand your vocabulary. So, based on that, my first question to you is Radha wants to become an optometrist. Now, you don't need to know the meaning of the word optometrist here. If you are aware of the word OPT, if you know the root word OPT, what it means, you should be able to guess. Does she want to become a heart specialist, an eye specialist, or a brain specialist? So let's see. If the word OPT means eye, obviously the answer is she wants to become an eye specialist. Fantastic. I hope you're following me so far. The second question is, I have a novel idea to fix this issue. Now again, we don't need to know the meaning of the word novel. If we just know the root word nob as to what it means, we should be or we would be able to guess the meaning. For example, does it mean a useful idea, a new idea, or a great idea? Let's see. Nov means new, therefore, the answer is a new idea. Novel means something new. Okay, moving on. My next subtopic of today's lesson called affixes. What is an affix really? Any group of letters added at the beginning or at the end of a word would mean an affix or are referred to as affixes. So the first type of affix is called a prefix, and prefix, as the term prefix suggests, pre means before, a group of letters added before a root at the beginning of a word. That's what the definition of a root word is, of a prefix, sorry, is. The function of a prefix is that it changes the meaning of a word. And let me give you a few examples. The first one here is un, un. The prefix un means not. So unlucky, when I add un before lucky, it means not lucky. When I add un before cooked, it becomes uncooked, meaning not cooked. My first question to you based on prefix. Okay, my dad predicted that I would be a class topper. You have three options there on the screen. Are we saying that my dad guessed the result beforehand? Or are we saying he announced the result quickly? Or are we saying he taught the subject well? Let's see. If we know the prefix pre, we know what it means, we should be able to guess the answer. So the prefix pre means before, therefore the answer is guessed the result beforehand. So my dad guessed the result beforehand, even before obviously the results were really declared. Pre means before. Question number 2. It was challenging to extricate the small pieces of metal from the liquid. Now again, we don't need to know the meaning of the entire word extricate. If there are options given to us and we are aware of what the word, the prefix X means, we should be able to take a guess. Let's say the prefix X means out. Therefore, the answer is going to be to take out. Now, going back to the examples, it was challenging to take out the small pieces of the metal from the liquid. Fairly simple. So far, so good. I'm hoping. Okay, let's move to the next one then. Next type of affix is called a suffix. Like prefix are the words or rather the letters added at the beginning of a word. Suffixes essentially are a group of letters added at the end of a word to either change the meaning of a word or to change the part of speech of a word. I'm hoping and I'm assuming you know what a part of speech is. Parts of speech would mean there are eight parts of speech in English language. So some of them, of course, are adjective, adverb, verbs, nouns, so on and so forth. So when you add a suffix to a word, you either change the meaning of it, and of course, along with the meaning, you obviously change the part of speech of the word. Certain examples here given on the screen are suffixes such as or, er, or ar. Now, what do these suffixes really mean? They simply mean a person who. These suffixes refer to a person who does a certain act. For example, editor. What does an editor do? An editor edits a piece of text, for example. What does a teacher do? A teacher teaches. What does a registrar do? A registrar takes registrations. So far, so good? Okay. So my first question based on suffixes is soil erosion harms the landscape. Now my suffix here is SION and I want to know what part of speech is erosion. Is it a verb, an adjective or a noun? Now if we know that adding SION to a word makes it a noun, we obviously will be able to answer the question. Now, adding SION and TION as suffixes to a word mean the action of. Therefore, erosion would mean, in this case, the action of eroding. Thus, the answer is, it is a noun. Okay? I hope you really understood that. To understand it better, let me give you my next question here. I walked briskly. Now, what part of speech briskly is? Again, I've highlighted the letters ly, so that should give you some clue. Is briskly an adjective? Is briskly an adverb? Or is briskly a verb? So if we know that adding ly at the end of a word makes it an adverb, we obviously will be able to tell the correct answer. Ly as a suffix means like or manner of. Therefore, briskly would mean in a brisk manner. Just the way beautifully would mean in a beautiful manner, quietly would mean in a quiet manner. Similarly, briskly would mean in a brisk manner. Obviously, therefore, the answer is it's an adverb. Thank you so much for your time today. I really hope it was a great and a helpful session in terms of your learning. And if you have any questions, you can contact us. Our details will be shared with you on WhatsApp and, of course, on email as well. Do check your mails regularly because we are sending you assignments and practice links so that you're able to utilize this time well to enhance your skills and to learn as much as possible. And take care of yourselves, stay home, stay safe. Good luck, and see you soon. Bye bye.